Live from the Rant Radio Network,
You're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis.
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. Welcome to the Real Estate Rant. I'm your host, Mr. Alex Alanis, here at the towers of the Rant Radio Network. To my left here, my broker, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez. How are you, sir?
Good. And yourself, Alex?
All right. Yes. Oh, pretty good. You know,
I
just
see that
looking
big
around.
smile on your face. You must have closed something today. Huh?
Oh, you had to bring that up, didn't you? Give us a call, 855-693-4897, and you can log in at realestaterantradio@gmail.com. I'm sorry, that you can email us at realestaterantradio@gmail.com. You can log in at rantradionetwork.com.
Kind of hard to
And
call somebody.
yeah, for sure. And we do have a good show in store for you today. We have Mr. David Morales from IT Services, and David will be sharing with us some of the things that he can do to empower you as a real estate agent and or somebody that's interested in doing marketing on the internet as well as social media. So good show in store for you today. If you email us during the show, we won't get to it during the show, but we will get it in subsequent shows, and we try to answer your questions. If you have a rant, complaint, problem, give us a call, 855-693-4897. Mr. Alonso likes to take care of the questions that come in by email. Thank you, sir. What do we get this week, Mr. Alonso?
This week's question comes out of Angela from Newport Beach, and it says, I'm selling my house and I have two purchase contracts, one cash and one with the loan. I countered offered both the contracts and was waiting for their reply. My realtor said, congrats, you sold your house. The loan contract buyers agreed to your counter. I said, what about the other offer? He said, too late. They have met your counter, so it's sold. I later learned that the cash offer person did not receive my counter. It said, for 2 days. They were frustrated because I did not hear back from my realtor. It appears my realtor didn't give both sides a timely, equal opportunity to respond back to my counter offer, and is telling me the cash offer has moved into second position as a backup contract in case the first one falls through. He's telling me I cannot accept the cash offer now. I want help. What can I do? I want to accept the cash offer now.
Oh, boy. This is a loaded question. You can take this one, Mr. Alonso?
Well, I mean, it comes back to basics, and it's when there are multiple counter offers, it's the one that the one that gives you acceptance first is the one that you go with, and
now I'm trying to understand. Did she see both offers at the same time, or they came in at separate times?
Well, according to the question, as I understood it, is that they came in at the same time, and she countered both at the same time. So they were supposedly send out the both at the same time. Apparently, one of them, the one that had the loan contingency, was given out, and 2 days later, the cash offer was given notice that the counter.
Oh, so the listing agent didn't give the cash offer their counter offer until 2 days afterwards.
Exactly. That's the way I understood the question. And
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, when there's multiple counter offers, the rule of thumb is the one first who responds and agrees is always the one that's in contract.
Well, it's about timing. If they're going to send out multiple counter offers, that means that when it comes back, it has to be accepted on the way back. So, that's a tough one. You would have to see what the activities were. I would probably have to investigate when the emails went out and all that good stuff. But now, if they send out multiple counter offers, those terms have to be agreed to as well, because if it's a counter offer, there's something that they're questioning.
If they countered and they agreed to it and they signed off on the terms, then it's obviously accepted. It's an accepted offer, and now you're opening escrow, so there is no more chance
it's executed.
It's executed, so there isn't any chance anymore of anyone else jumping into position of I want the property. The prevailing one is the winner of the offer.
Yes. Now, that all considering the fact, again, I've seen this happen a few times where the buyers fail to deposit their earnest money deposit check on time, so the seller actually has the right to take the other offer if they don't deposit that check in a timely fashion.
Now another thing, if the agent didn't communicate the counter offers on a timely manner, then that's a breach of contract on him. So now I guess the seller could now sue the real estate agent for breach, for breach of contract and, for not providing the proper service.
Yeah, no, and see, that's where I was leading up to. I didn't want to start the commentary about that, but what it seemed like to me when you first brought it up was that the listing agent wasn't exactly being appropriate with the counters.
It went on to say that there was some material issue of why he accepted the buyers with the loan contingency offer, because there was some monetary gains on part of the real estate agent, because now he was going to list their home for sale. So that was a wrongdoing from the real estate agent, and it's something that unfortunately happens in our industry. But we're all out to make a buck, and sometimes unfortunately we make bad decisions that it can get us into trouble. And I mean, it could go even further there from there. If the seller wishes, he could file a complaint to the real estate board, and it's unethical, stuff that goes on, but it does happen.
Yeah, and it's all contractual. If you are listing your property for sale with an agent and you're using the California Association of Realtor forms, you should definitely read the form, read the listing agreement. I want to say it's 5 pages on a regular listing. Probate and trust listings, maybe a few extra pages, but read the disclosures, read the contract, because there are certain things and certain responsibilities, obligations that the listing agents have. And if you understand what those things are, a lot of times you can protect yourself from those things.
Yeah,
just not allowing the listing agent to do whatever they want,
Yeah, unfortunately, in this case, the offer was accepted, and now if the seller wanted to back out of the offer, then they could have some liability issues there, for breach of contract if they decide to back off and do accept the cash offer. And like I said, these are just our humble opinions. Consult with the licensed real estate attorney.
The disclaimer.
Exactly. We don't want to. We don't want to take substitute our advice for attorneys. How can I say advice? So make sure you consult with the real estate professional that can give you more clarity on this issue.
Yes, and us at AJR Associates, we will go over that stuff with you thoroughly. So, Mr. Alonso, what do we have today for the real estate fun fact?
The fun fact for today, Arvin, if you can put the picture up. Is he in the studio?
He's not in there. Mr. Arvin, if we can throw the fun fact picture up, sir, please.
The fun fact today, it's in Scotland, homeowners paint their front doors red. Why and when?
Okay, that's nice. I like that. That was a good fun fact. And I do believe we have a picture of that. You sent a picture in?
I sent a picture, but I guess our engineer, Manny Pantalon,
well, he's back there drinking his coffee. I don't know what's up. Anyway, give us a call, 855-693-4897, or you can email us at realestaterantradio@gmail.com. If you happen to give us a call at that number, you can win a $25 gift card to Stephen's Steakhouse, located in the City of Commerce, compliments of Carlos Cruz and the Pico Rivera Chamber of Commerce, and or AJR Associates, and the broker will give you a $25 gift card. Yeah, right.
To anywhere you want.
Because he just closed an escrow, didn't he? So anyway, just joking about that. But anyway, give us a call, 855-693-4897. Again, we have Mr. David Morales in studio today here from IT Services, and David will be sharing with us about social media and how to market your business on the internet. And let's see, Mr. Panto. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is Scotland, right?
That's Scotland. And the question again, let me read it again, since now we have some visual effects now.
Okay.
It says, in Scotland, homeowners paint their front doors red. Why and when? That's a fun fact for today.
So they do it at separate times, so they don't leave it red the whole year? I mean,
well, they just don't. I'm not sure. I'm just like I said, I just think they paint. They just paint the door
red. Hey, take it easy with that, man. My goodness. Okay, so why and when do they paint their doors red? This is Scotland.
That's Scotland.
Okay, right on. Okay, so that's the real estate fun fact, Mr. Pantalones. If we may throw up the design deal, if you get this particular
fucker right in the pussy.
Oh, dude. You're killing me with that. So let's see. So this is the design deal for the week. If you know what kind of house this is, and this is a multiple choice question, feel free to log on to Wikipedia and see if you can find out what this is.
And those have green doors there, Alex. No wonder what
Those are green
why they're
doors.
saying green doors.
Those are in the U.S. though.
Oh, okay.
These are in the U.S. But Mr. Pantalones, he likes to screw around with us a little bit here and give the answer sometimes. So give us a call, 855-693-4897. You can win one of those $25 gift cards and or possibly an appearance on the show. You know, I'd love to have somebody that has a real estate problem to come on the show. We can talk about it. There was somebody I was talking to.
We can rant about it, right?
Exactly. I actually was talking about somebody the other day that was suing somebody for it was a lease. But it was a very interesting conversation, so it was good. But anyway. So
if they don't want to pay their psychiatrist, bring their hourglass, and we'll give them an hour of free consultation.
And we'll record it to top it all off. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, Mr. David, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you?
Good. How are things? We actually are coming up on the end of the segment, but if we can give just a short synapse of maybe an introductory, a little bit of history about how you ended up in. Did I just say ended up? I did say that.
Ended up.
Well, you know what I mean. Don't get nasty. But how you progressed to being an IT person and or social marketing?
Techie, is that a right term to use? A techie?
A techie.
Techie is a good name, I guess you could say. It's probably easier than most names.
Isn't that more like a computer geek or something like that?
You know, geek is kind of derogatory and negative.
Is it?
You know, I just don't feel really comfortable with that.
The geek squad is, they're all for it. You know.
So
That's Best Buy, isn't it?
That's definitely surely Best Buy. But what Best Buy do you really get when you pay over $200 to have a tech call come out for you? I mean, and that's pretty pricey for some people.
Is it?
Yeah,
it is.
so not much of a geek that way, and most of them don't understand a lot of internal hardware anyway. They understand just some of the basic stuff that they learn.
Yikes!
They need level 2 tech or something.
We'll stay with the title
The techie?
techie.
Techie, yeah, that's a good name.
Right on.
Okay.
So we have about 30 seconds. Dave, maybe you can give us a short history about yourself and
Short history. Wow, this is going to be a big history cap. Okay,
Yeah.
Since I've been in business since 90 and kicking it like crazy since then. I got out of school in 89 at AMS College in Santa Fe Springs and learned all the skills and technology that I needed to know to be self-taught and moved on to my own and made a run at it. So
Nice,
that's
nice.
the shortest term as I
Especially
can do
with the
within amount of
computer.
time.
Hold that thought. We'll be right back. Don't touch that mouse. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more real estate rant.
Real Estate Rant and AGR Realtors are proud supporters of Michael Aguilar and Associates, advocates for stroke awareness and integrative healthcare.
In February 2012, I suffered a stroke due to high blood pressure. I was rushed to the hospital where I was admitted for the next 30 days. I was initially told I may have to stay in the hospital for about 3 months, but I made rapid improvements in my recuperation and continued to improve to this day.
When Michael left the hospital, he did not have insurance to cover his rehabilitation, so he focused on integrative healthcare to get better. At the end of 2013, seeing a need for stroke awareness, Michael started his own company, Michael Aguilar and Associates, to focus on creating awareness about the dangers of high blood pressure and stroke.
If you would like more information, please call me at 562-464-7297, or you can visit my website at www.strokeawareness101.com.
Michael Aguilar and Associates, creating awareness and saving lives one person at a time.
Do we have your attention? When it comes to tequila, 2 things matter: heart and passion. Never compromising integrity for mass production. Number 1 Tequila delivers the goods. Taste the heart and passion of Mexico in every bottle. We make it right. We make it fun. Superior Tequila. There's only number 1. There's only number 1. There's only number 1.
Been in an accident? Then you need your vehicle professionally repaired. That's exactly what you get when you bring your vehicle to Greg's Auto Body Repair. Free quotes within minutes. We will provide everything you need for a hassle-free auto body repair, from an accurate estimate to working with your insurance company. We will get your vehicle to its pre-accident condition as soon as possible. Greg's Auto Body has been serving Los Angeles County and local cities since 1970. Call us at 562-789-1300.
A home is the biggest investment in most people's lives. Buying or selling should be a positive experience.
Whether you want to be a wealthy real estate investor or just trying to find a place to call home, at AJR & Associates, we focus on the client's needs.
We understand the market better than most. Let us bring the value to you and make the right choice.
AJR & Associates, making your dream house a reality. Call us today for a free consultation at 562-882-1976. Or you can log on to www.hrrealtors.com.
With a track record of great results, bringing knowledge, wisdom, and expertise to you. Hablamos español. Live from the Rant Radio Network,
You're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis.
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. All right, and we are back here at the Real Estate Rant, here at the towers of the Rant Radio Network. Real Estate Rant and AJR & Associates are proud sponsors of Michael Aguilar & Associates and Stroke Awareness. You can log on to
That's a fact. That's a fact.
www.strokeawareness101.com, or you can email Michael at michaelpaguilar@hotmail.com. Michael is actually winning probably at this moment. He is winning the Citizen of the Year award for the Santa Fe Springs Chamber of Commerce.
Saw that on Facebook.
That's
Yes.
terribly sexy.
So since I think he had a stroke in 2012, late 2012 or mid 2012. Since then he's recovered greatly, slowly getting off his meds, is exercising on a regular basis and is doing very well. And now he's become
Who's
an
your
advocate.
daddy?
Yeah, exactly. Now he's become an advocate for healthy eating and exercise. So
Who's your daddy?
us fat boys in here, you know,
So something
yeah.
we need a lesson. We need
Yeah.
we need more than an hour a show for.
Yeah, and
that.
Mike's been on the show before, and he was a very interesting conversation that we had with him. So if you get a chance, find his show,
Who's your daddy?
dude. This guy.
That means that we have Michael over. We won't be able to go to the carnitas burrito after the show. Huh?
Well, exactly. You know, Michael tells he can't be eating that stuff. But so anyway, back to David Morales here from IT Services. You can reach David at 562-217-3694, and if you can, Mr. Pantalones, or he's actually there. You go, sir. If you can throw up his website banner, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to throw up his information, put a plug in for Dave. He was He was nice enough to come in and share this information with us. And I'll be honest with you, I've been to a lot of different social media and internet marketing seminars and what have you. And Dave, I actually visited over at an office early last week, right?
Buy
And,
It PC. Is that the name of the company?
Yes, that's my company.
Oh, Buy
Yeah.
It PC.
Buy PC.
Oh, I don't know. PC.
Yeah, PC.
I thought it was PCP.
personal computer.
Oh, okay. Not PCP.
Yeah.
Like the one they
Not
sell on the
PCP.
street, right?
I know where your mind is, Mr. Alonso. He's
Out
he's
left
already,
field.
yeah, he's already thinking after the show,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So anyway, I actually sat in for 1 hour with Dave and was actually I thought I knew a little bit about the social media stuff, but I didn't know anything that you were talking about. And quite frankly, this is all back office stuff. Okay,
Yes.
so back to where we were. I wanted to get to how you became knowledgeable in this stuff. So if we can, a little bit of background about yourself, Dave.
Absolutely. It was back in '89. I went to a school down here in Santa Fe Springs called AMS College. That's where we learned the basic hardware fundamentals at the component level, where you can know the difference between capacitors and transistors, and how to put the dials together and make a AM radio, which is like an AM radio kit that they used to have back in the 60s and the 70s.
And
if
that
you
was a
remember
hot thing at the time, the
Oh,
AM
yeah.
radios.
What did they call it? Like they called it power supplies, no? Or they, or
still power supplies. Absolutely.
Okay.
Still in existence today, even in desktop computers and even in your
Yeah.
small laptops and portable devices. Yeah. You have to have that alternating current converted into DC current, which is a straight power source for the hardware to work properly. So in the college, they taught us all those kinds of things. They taught us how to take the component levels and learn theory about maybe 80% theory, 20%, hands-on. And in the first phase and the second phase was a little bit 50-50. And then the last phase of the entire process was more 20% theory and 80% hands-on. because you're really getting into the component levels. And that's back when the XT computers came out. Remember the XT 286? First time the monitors were amber and green and white. They didn't have color. And color just came out. So it was, EGA to VGA.
They ran on DOS systems? Is that?
Absolutely. It was all DOS. Windows didn't exist right then and there. I mean, it did, but I think it was like Windows 3.1, but you put a floppy disk in. Remember those little big black floppy disks you stick in the computer, and then you just launch up a menu on the DOS prompt, and then you go right into Windows, and you get Windows.
And you know what all this?
You can play some Space Invaders.
All this. That's one of the reasons why I got into computer this industry.
Galaxia. No, was it that? What the new one called?
Yeah, Galaxia.
You know what's really funny? Speaking of
or Pac-Man,
all those games. The game that my instructor, if you can imagine Alfred Hitchcock, short, bald, round, right, with a garlic. What I mean by garlic is Scottish dialect. He would put in a game called King's Quest. I think it was 3 or something like that. And the animation was really crappy animation back then, but it was really cool because it was in color. So it's you using a color on a monitor, so it's like blew you away. So those were the games that you could start to play on the computer back at that time, and that was on an XT to 286 platform. This is way before the Pentium platform came into existence. So that's the kind of hardware technology that we were dealing with. But what I was telling Alex the other day, so do you remember those first hard drives that they had? Was a 500K hard drive, and the thing was bigger than a brick that you could throw through the window, and that's how big it was.
Yeah,
the drive was that big,
like
and the capacity was
picture
small.
now, huh?
Yeah, it's like it's small. I mean, that's a little bitty file now.
Yeah,
because that technology era was just the booming era of it. Like the dinosaur era.
It was back when the professor was invented the flux capacitor.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
The flux capacitor.
Exactly.
Remember the flux capacitor?
This stuff was made in Japan.
Oh man. So
that's what made time travel possible in the DeLorean.
The flux capacitor.
Yeah, the flux capacitor. That's right. I love that. I love that
crystals,
sci-fi show. That's one of my favorite sci-fi shows. Not my best, but one of them.
So what does it mean when you say the penny drops?
That's his famous saying. We were talking about English a while ago on one of your house projects things about the paint and all that. His famous thing is that if you don't get it, and then when you finally do get it, that's when the penny drops. And to give a perfect example, there was one day we were at the college and we were fixing up some lights in the room because they were trying to remodel the room. And we had the fluorescent lights and we were trying to fix it, find out why it didn't work and why there was no electricity. We got everything worked based on the laws of theory that he told us to do. And then he comes in and goes, "How you bloody doing?" Because that's how he talk. And, well, it isn't working. I said, we plugged it in, we got it connected, and it still won't turn on. He goes, "Did you turn on the bloody switch?" The penny dropped. That's what he said.
Okay,
so that's kind of gets you that kind of indication. Now you got it, don't you? The most obvious stuff, So that's what that means basically, and it just kind of resonates with you. It kind of sticks with you when you start to realize, hey, the penny dropped.
It's like I have a little example now that my child, she just won Student of the Month, but she's had a hard time learning. So I always encourage her, go, "Don't worry, Mom. One day the light's gonna go on."
Yeah.
And then she finally told me when she got Student of the Month this last week, and she goes, "Dad, the light finally went on." No, not that one. That's
it's a different dot.
Yeah, the smaller one.
Notice how Mr. Pantalones kept that picture too.
I know. I'm he's gonna start stalking.
He's creeping on your daughter there. We're gonna have
She's too young for you, Arvin. Stop it.
You're creeping there, dude. Take it easy. But anyway, so okay, what about, you're talking about mostly about hardware, but what about software?
The software was a big thing right after that, like in the early 90s. We were all doing things with DOS. Obviously, we had a menu screen. We had choices. You can go into WordPerfect. You can go to Lotus 123. All of these choices were very popular back then. If you could think back that far, you can remember that. So then when Windows started being very prominent with the DOS platform computers, it would be an option on the main menu to hit DOS, to go into Windows from DOS.
Yeah.
And that would be Windows 3.1, just before Windows 95, Windows 98, and Windows that we're commonly familiar with today.
We're talking back with the dinosaurs.
Back in the dinosaur eras, man. I mean, but
man, Jesus had a computer back then.
Yeah. Even the God Almighty had one, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, that's the beginning of the real true era in the desktop arena, in the PC marketplace, because Apple had their own little small computers already, as we know, and they were all kind of Windows kind of base operating system. So like the computers these guys are using, it's all Windows based, but it's still running underneath DOS, believe it or not, because you can still go to a DOS prompt and do a command prompt.
Yeah, you could do your commands on
functions
it.
that you need to
Yes,
do to the computer, which is really fascinating to people because people would always ask me, "Hey, what happened to DOS?" When Windows 95 came out, what happened to DOS? Well, it's still there. You just got to go to the
You just
command
got
prompt.
lazy. No?
Yeah, you just got to get the
with
command
icons.
prompt.
Now you
Because it
just
used
go
to
the
be
icons.
where DOS was the platform and Windows was on top of that. Now it's kind of like that. But in reality, it's still DOS and basic fundamental. Because if you get on the phone with Microsoft today and say, "Hey, I got a problem internally,"
Well, why don't we call Bill
software.
Gates? Can we call Bill Gates right
Yeah,
now? Arvin?
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, he'll answer the phone.
He's completely out of the marketplace now. But that's the difference between software and hardware back then. And then, of course, that was a really popular thing when it comes to printers, because now people wanted to print stuff in color and they wanted things in black and white, which I know we're going to get into that later. But when you're using like WordPerfect and it had that blue screen, you remember the blue screen with the white text, and you can hit all the screens to go into and type out a letter or things of that nature. Then you could print them all out. But if you could put a graphic or picture in there and you wanted it to be in color, you couldn't do it in color. So they came out with HP came out with a color printer based on a Canon engine to run that printer, and it would print things out in color with an inkjet platform. So that was all new. So we tried to bundle packages together back then to make that possible.
So I'm gathering that you went to school for all this stuff, but you also had a business doing this stuff too.
Right.
So what were you doing in the business?
In the business, I was servicing clients, home users, small businesses in Santa Fe Springs, in the Whittier area, and geographic in this whole area around here. So we'd go out, service them, set up their computers, get them kind of networked together so they can share files back and forth and this kind of thing.
And then with all the changes going on, you constantly had to update your education regarding technology.
And what's really fascinating is that a lot of the hardware vendor manufacturers and even some of the software vendors would have seminars and classes and
on all the new
and
material
all of
that
this
was
stuff
coming
to
out.
educate us and keep us apprised of what's currently coming out. And then being that I'm kind of self-taught and reading a lot of stuff and just kind of digesting all the material that's out there,
Because
you kind of understand.
I don't think YouTube was around back then,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you couldn't learn how to do it through YouTube.
Well, the internet wasn't even really.
No, not yet. Not until like 95, 96 when internet started to come out.
So these are standalone computers.
All standalone.
Everything's a standalone.
They were
Whatever-
using, how today they have the Ethernet cables, they look like phone jack cables. Back then, there were the coax cables. They were black.
Yes,
And they had a little pin connector and a little pin sticked out. And
Yeah,
you could
kind
stick it into a
of
card.
like cable TV.
Yep, like a cable TV. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Like the coax
and
cables.
they were networked together that way. And you had a server, and you were using like the Novell operating system for the server.
Now
they didn't have Windows server.
Now they're how technology evolved. Now they're all wireless. You don't see none of that.
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, now it's your phone.
Now you control it from
That's
a different
the- yeah,
state.
yeah,
know?
Well, pretty much.
You could talk to someone in Japan in a matter of seconds on your phone. Yeah.
I just picture like the big government warehouses, and they have all those computers with the
The
spinning wheels.
mainframes, the big mainframes, and all those
what's
stuff.
interesting? You brought that up because Eisenhower Medical Center out in the desert, right?
No,
Betty Ford Center with Betty Ford.
I've heard of it.
Okay.
yeah.
That was one of my clients when I was working for KISS Computer in Santa Fe Springs here. And they had a big computer room like that had they're called they're the mini frames. And they had the reel tapes, kind of like something like from the $6 Million Man and the Bionic Woman.
Yeah.
You have all these computer circuits in there,
let's not go so far right here on
That's
on,
far
on
back.
Ferguson, right here on Ferguson and City of Commerce. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more real estate rant.
It's one thing to own a business, it's another to promote it. That's why thousands of business owners rely on Monster Marketing Group. Design, print, mail, custom mailers, all for as little as 29 cents delivered. That includes postage. Send to a neighborhood, zip code, or an entire city. With just a simple call, 888-49-MONSTER, you can easily promote your business, sales, events, grand openings, send coupons, and much more.
Your mail delivers in as little as 5 days. No dealing with the mailing list or paperwork. Monster Marketing does all the heavy lifting. Get started now by calling 888-49-MONSTER or go to monsterng.com.
Monster Marketing Group. We deliver, we give you results, we can prove it.
Hello, this is Steve.
Hey Steve, it's Angela. Just wanted to see if you want to go out to lunch today.
I can't right now. I'm trying to find a company to build my website. The guy I was working with vanished and he won't return my calls.
Hey, you should call Infuse. They've helped our company with our website and it came out great. They've been around for almost about 20 years. They have great service and they're very knowledgeable.
I don't have a big budget though. You think they can still help?
Sure, I saw their portfolio. They work on all types of projects.
Is this one of those overseas companies that only communicates through emails? I want to see someone face to face to show them what I want.
Not at all. They're just down the street from you. Give them a call at 562-450-4512.
What's that number again?
562-450-4512. You can visit them at their website at infuse.com.
The experts know that for pastry, Baker's Bodega has it all. Exclusive brands like Westco Bankmark, Satin Ice, and Pastry Pride. One-on-one day seminars for cake decorating and gelatin art. So for our service, wide range of ingredients and supplies, and for the low prices, Baker's Bodega has it all. But you don't need to be an expert. Baker's Bodega, 7869 Paramount Boulevard in Pico Rivera. Come, we're waiting for you.
It's hot out here. I need a drink. Have a mucho macho michelada.
What's a michelada?
Michelada is a Mexican Bloody Mary made with beer. All you have to do is get bucket-sized michelada, open it up, pour it in your favorite beer, and you're good.
What if you don't like beer?
You can use it in lemon lime soda, vodka with lime, or tequila with lemon lime soda.
Sounds delicious. Where do you find it?
You can find it at your favorite store, or you can go to muchomachomichelada.com.
Find us on Twitter and Facebook.
Live from the Rant Radio Network,
You're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis.
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. And we are back here at the Real Estate Rant, here at the towers of the Rant Radio Network. I'm your host, Mr. Alex Alanis, and to my left here, my broker, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez. How are you, sir?
Good.
Right
Welcome
on.
to another episode of the most exciting, informative show that you'll ever listen to.
Absolutely.
I haven't seen one female since we got here. This place is a sausage fest.
Mr. David Morales joining us in studio today from IT Services. You can reach him at 562 area code 217-3694. And I say that verbally for our audio listeners, but if you happen to be watching the show, you can also get that information. You can reach David at that number, or actually Dave's going to be having a seminar, I believe in December sometime.
Mm-hmm.
December 4th, okay? Right. And you can register at that event. They're at http /getting-started.es/FB workshop. And you can register there for David, or you can email him or call him, and he can get you registered for that class. There is a cost to the class later on, but I think the original class is a free teaser, if you will, an introductory session. To find out exactly what it is that we'll be talking about for now, the third and fourth segment of the show. And we will continue on with that.
Minion! I love those yellow guys.
Yeah, that's what I
They're
have.
my favorites.
So, just a short summary now of what we talked about. You had gone through some college. Yeah. You actually were helping people in your business now with their hardware and software problems.
Yep.
And now moving forward, we talked about not even having internet on the computers, but internet hits the stage and
things start kicking.
All of a sudden, we talk about social media, right?
Yeah.
Social media hits the stage. So tell us
social
about
media
that.
started in 2004 with Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook. He was in college, of course, and back on the East Coast, and he created Facebook, the platform of Facebook, which is a social media platform. Along before that was, of course, MySpace, which everybody was on. All the kids were on that, and then they were doing the blogging, and then YouTube came along, then Facebook came along, then Twitter, and now there's Instagram today, and there's Pinterest, Stumble Upon, and Delicious, Friends Feed. I mean, the list goes on and on, man. Wow. It's like an endless. There's probably like 100 types of social.
Everybody wants a piece of the pie, right?
Everybody does the social networking. It's just it blows my mind, but it happens and people do it, and that's what people are doing today. And they're using their phones and they're jumping online and they're
we call it in our language, in my native language, chismosos.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a very good word. I mean, think about it. It's all the metiche, that goes
gossip,
on.
which means gossip, right?
Yes.
We want to see what everybody's doing and when they did it and where.
Where and how.
And they sit there and
why.
And then it's kind of addicting because then you see everybody. You're at a restaurant, you see everybody on their phone. They're not even paying attention to the waitress.
Tell me
or
a
anything.
story about that. There was one time my wife and I went into a restaurant in La Mirada, and there's a bunch of people. There's a little diner like a Polly's restaurant, and there's like 4 people at the booth: the mom, the dad, the kid, and the daughter. Right, the son and the daughter, and they're not conversing at all. They're doing this.
They're just on their phone. Yeah. They're probably texting each other, right?
Yeah,
Instead
yeah.
of
You say, "Hey, you want to talk to me? No, I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye."
yeah, exactly.
Kind of that thing.
Man, that's out of control.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
totally
no,
out of
it
control.
is.
But now we're talking about all that in terms of social media because we're now trying to not exploit it, but use it for our advantage now in terms of marketing, advertising, and business.
That's right.
And that's actually the reason why we brought you here on the show.
Which,
Dave.
of course, that's what Alex only uses it for marketing purposes and getting his building.
He's
his
trying.
business,
He's
right?
trying.
That's not true. That's not
trying.
true. You saw little
Okay.
snap peas the other day.
Okay,
He's trying.
I just thought you were gonna go on that one. I was like,
Well, don't get me wrong. I probably have 7 or 8 Facebook pages. I use them all for business. I do have my personal page that I post some
Profile.
personal stuff. You know, I have my girls that I put on there, and my
Right.
wife, and that kind of thing. But for the most part, you have found now looking into the system in the back office in terms of, and let's just use Facebook as an example. It's kind of a back office situation, but there's a lot of stuff going on back there that
yes.
I think a lot of people have no knowledge of.
I think they're just unaware. They're kind of oblivious because they're so much into their activity of just socializing and sharing files and sharing content, and things of this nature, sharing a video, something stupid happened to the cat, kind of thing.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But they don't realize, in the business sense, that they could take their business to the next level using Facebook to do that. Now, the reason why I choose Facebook more so than any of the social media out there is because there's over 900 million people that like and share files and comment on, on events and the whole 9 yards on Facebook. And I don't remember the statistics in front of me because I don't have my slide presentation, but there's like 2 billion likes per day. Okay, so you see that, and you say it's phenomenal because there's an untapped market here.
No, that's an
There's-
audience.
Yeah, it's a total audience, right?
Wow.
So and it can be targeted because people
that's a
have
whole
an
country.
interest. Yeah, the whole global the whole global world, not a country. It's a global phenomenon actually, because you could target Pacific people that have a passion about something, and really get your passion that you want to get in front of them very easily by using Facebook. And I'm like, that blows me away.
so
I mean,
there's
which
no
is
more
really powerful
excuses.
stuff.
There's no more excuses of where you're gonna find your audience, right?
That's right. This is a great way to leverage your audience in your marketplace, especially when you're trying to promote your website. Because a lot of people think, I got to do SEO, I got to send traffic from Google to it, or Bing and Yahoo and all of that. It's kind of dying off. I mean, you still could do that, and it's still important to do that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying another
and very expensive.
Yeah, and it's expensive and the whole 9 yards. When you're not finding that right passionate person you want to visit your website or your offer or your product you're trying to promote, social media is where it's at, because you could take the traffic from social media and drive it wherever you want to drive it to. And that's the beautiful thing about using social media. And like Alex was talking about, the back office, well, the back office is doing campaigns to drive that traffic and finding it laser targeted. And that's what's important. And a lot of some people are doing it. And I think I mentioned Lisa G. She does the basket thing in one of the groups that we belong to. I sat down with her the other day and she said, yeah, I do that. She goes, but I said, do you engage with your people? Do you engage with those people that make comments about your stuff on Facebook? She goes, no, I don't. I said, that's important, because if you don't do that, you lose it. You have to build a relationship with your people, because it's like, your relationship in your brick and mortar business, right?
Build rapport.
Well, but wait a second though, Dave, because you just brought up a good question now, because I talk to some of the individuals that are a little bit more seasoned in life, right? Just short of saying that they're a little bit older than myself.
Sure, yeah.
Because I'm getting along in years, but
same here.
But they have a certain feeling about what goes on in Facebook, and it's funny that Alonso brings up the whole thing about cheese mess, right? But in reality, the older folks are looking at this like a bad thing.
Yes.
Because this is not something that there's a level of separation now when you're trying to communicate with somebody. And you just talked about the family that's not even paying attention to each other at a restaurant. They're on their phone, probably talking to other people. This is another form of communication.
You get your mama telling, es el demonio.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So that's the whole thing. And now, but what we're trying to focus on is the positive side of
Right.
it.
Absolutely. That's what we're talking about.
Because now I'm able to communicate with my cousin in Alaska.
Okay.
I'm able to communicate with my cousins in Mexico,
Mhm.
right? Which is a totally different level of communication.
Absolutely.
Versus what we used to do. We used to write a letter and
And
mail
mail
it
it.
out, right?
And wait for a reply.
They would get 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
And, you know, so
Or very often you make a phone call.
Yeah, not only that, now you get to know their kids as means of Facebook, the
Right.
pictures they post,
pictures,
or
they grow
you
up.
see your family that you've never seen. You never
Right.
knew you had.
that's true.
Yeah,
That's
and
true.
it's very true because my sister, which may be listening to the show, I've got great nieces and nephews. I've never met them, but I've always seen their pictures. I maybe spoke to one of them when she had her birthday this year. But I mean, you're right. You don't really get to know who they are unless you are on Facebook and socializing.
and because of that, I actually was how can I say, I contacted like cousins I never knew I had in Cancun and
Yeah.
in Mazatlan, and I actually got to meet them because of
Right.
Facebook.
Mhm. Yeah, and see that's the whole thing of social
You could
networking.
have brought $1,000.
That's the whole point of
Yeah,
social
right.
networking. Social
And then-
networking is totally that. But when you're talking about your business, though, that's a whole different animal because you really want to leverage your marketplace based on the passion of your product or your offer that you're trying to promote. So by doing that, you want to use a vehicle like social media, like an example of Facebook, to make that possible because you can make that connection. You can find those passionate people that are truly passionate to have that interest and that like about what your product or your offer is about. So to say, hey, I'm really interested in this and I really like what I see, So it could be a physical product, or it could be a digital product, or it could be a service product. It doesn't matter what it could be. As long as you can have a passion connection, anything is possible on Facebook. And that's what opens up the market.
Yeah, and speaking of connection now,
Mhm.
okay, so how do we connect this now to real estate agents? Because myself as a real estate agent, I would like to use that tool.
Right.
A lot of the MLS boards, when you go to the meetings and stuff, they say that you should try to do social media like 10 to 15% of your business.
Right.
And I would like to use that tool. So how does that now, let's make the link
To make that work for you.
Flip over to real estate agents.
Flip is a good word. You remember the house that's upside down that's flipped over?
Right on.
Yeah, imagine using that for
It's
an
upside
ad.
down.
You use that as a campaign in your Facebook. How many people would be drawn to that to have a passion for real estate?
They didn't know how
Yeah.
to they didn't know how to do the setting right.
Yeah.
Put the picture upside down.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be honest with you. We talked about that yesterday a little bit.
Mhm.
I know enough. I know a little bit about Facebook, and so I put a few pictures up, right? But I really don't know. After talking with you, I don't know anything about
Yeah.
Facebook. I'll be honest with you.
But that's the reason why doing the workshop that I'm going to be having on the 4th of December at 9 in the morning
Yes.
is going to go over the overview of how we can make that all possible, how we can take your business to that level, find that right targeted audience, and take your offer and put it together and make people that have that passion, same passion you're trying to reach for, find you and do business with you based on that note.
Yes, and I've gotten a few phone calls from individuals on Facebook, but it wasn't really target marketing or anything like that, like you were talking about. So we will actually finish that up at the last segment of the show, and we can go over some of those things.
Sure.
But again, we have Mr. David Morales here from IT Services. You can reach him at 562 area code 217-3694. You can email him at dmorales and that's BUY, buyitpc.com. And you can reach him. You can sign up for his webinar. Dave can help you with your personal business. Mr. Pantalones, if you may, throw up the design deal one last time. You can give us a call at 855-693-4897 and win one of those $25 gift cards, compliments of Carlos Cruz and the Pico Rivera Chamber of Commerce. You're welcome to cheat. If you go on Wikipedia, you can look at this. This is a multiple choice question, and it is one of these particular homes. And Alonso did point out that this particular house has green doors because the real estate fun fact has to do with the red door.
We'll be right back. Don't touch that mouse. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more real estate rant.
Looking for a delicious, fresh family meal that's ready when you are and easy on your budget? Welcome to Piara Pizza. We make our pizzas with handmade dough, 100% real cheese, and tomato sauce blended with our own spices. Nothing is ever frozen. We always have large pepperoni and cheese pizzas fresh and waiting for you for only $5. Or choose one of our specialty pizzas. We have veggie, meat lovers, supreme, and Hawaiian. Add an order of our amazing hot wings, cheesy bread, or breadsticks. Our locations are ultra modern, ultra clean, and open 7 days a week. Visit any one of our locations today, or check us out on the web at www.piarapizza.com. Piara Pizza. Fresh, hot, and ready for you when you come in. Stop in for your Piara Pizza today.
ProTech Carpet Tile and Care provides professional cleaning services for carpet, tile, grout, upholstery, and fine area rugs.
ProTech technicians are professionally trained and certified cleaning and restoration experts.
We specialize in restoring damage caused by heavy soil and odor.
We can remove challenging spots such as coffee, tea, ink, gum, wine, and many more.
We have saved our customers thousands of dollars on new flooring and furniture expenses with our advanced cleaning processes.
Call for a free estimate at 562-447-4300 and visit us on our website, www.myprotectsite.com.
Hey, this is Joe Perez, owner at ProTech. Just reminding you that ProTech Carpet and Tile Care is your professional choice.
Hey, this is Phil from the Three Guys Rant. I'm the good-looking one, in case you're wondering. I'm coming to you today about 90 for life.
There are lots of outdoor activities, but if you're unhealthy, you can't enjoy them. Well, that was us until we found the solution, 90 for life.
What is 90 for life, you ask? Well, 90 is the number of essential nutrients your body needs every day to fight off disease.
So if you're sick of being sick, go to our website, the3guysrant.com, and click on the longevity link today for a better and healthier tomorrow. Looking for some swag? Make sure to check out monsterclothing.com. They got everything from V-necks, t-shirts, hoodies, baby dolls. And remember, custom orders are always welcome, and much more. They're just not on the site yet. www.monsterclothingco.com or call them at 888-49-MONSTER. 888-49-MONSTER. Hablamos español. Doo-doo-doo!
Live from the Rant Radio Network,
You're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis.
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. We're back here at the Real Estate Rant, here at the towers of the Rant Radio Network. I'm your host, Mr. Alex Alanis, and to my left here, my broker, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez. How
So
are you,
this,
sir?
this is the last segment, right?
This is the last segment of the hour.
Arvin, can we put out the picture again and we'll do the fun fact? Should we do the...
Let's do the real estate fun fact, Mr. Pantalones, if you will. There we go.
So the question was, in Scotland, homeowners paint their front doors red. Why and when?
Yes, and we did not get a call the first three segments, so would you like to take a stab at it, Mr. Dave?
Sure.
Why is it that in Scotland they paint their front doors red?
I think because of the fact that they've got their loan paid off.
That's actually correct. That's actually correct.
See, I don't have to
All
be
right, so
that is the answer.
Real estate.
The reason why in Scotland homeowners paint their front door red is to symbolize that they paid off their mortgage. So I guess the other door, the one that was green, is not they're not paid off yet, right? It means they're still paying, keep paying.
Yeah, the green ones means that the bank's still banking on that particular house. Yeah,
And then they went on to say that throughout history, a red front door has symbolized many things. The ancient Hebrews believed that it would protect the firstborn children from the angel of death.
Oh, like Exodus, like the movie.
And
that's
in the
coming
early
out next
in
month.
the
that's coming
earlier
out next
days,
month.
in the earlier days of America, it meant that the home was a safe place for travelers to stop for the night. According to Feng Shui, or was that how you pronounce
Feng
it?
Shui.
Feng Shui.
Feng
Feng
Shui.
Shui.
A red front door invites positive energy into your home.
Now, what
there
is
you
what
go.
does a red front door stand for in the Netherlands?
In the Netherlands,
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably is that like a?
I won't say.
Is it a red light?
Is it
district?
the red light district?
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Been
So give us a call, 855-693-4897. Nobody called in on that one, so no gift cards today. Mr. Dave, I guess we'll win maybe a possible Subway sandwich out of that one.
Okay.
But if you happen to call, you can win a $25 gift card to Stevens Steakhouse in the City of Commerce, compliments of Carlos Cruz and the Pico Rivera Chamber of Commerce. If you may, Mr. Pantalon, let's just throw up the design deal one last time. Let's see if we can get a call on that one, 855-693-4897. The design deal. Should we put the answer up on this one, or should we wait?
No, let's wait. That's a fairly new one, right?
Well, thank you, Mr. Pantalones, for doing that to me again. You're killing me. So anyway,
so that one has 3 doors. That means it has a first, second, and a third.
I'm assuming that's 3 units.
Oh,
but
yeah.
But back east it would be called a 3 flat. but it may not be 3 units. It might just be a house with 3 front doors. So who knows? But
maybe they have three mortgages on it.
That could be.
maybe that's why there's 3 green drawers.
I hope they don't have a mortgage because these houses originated in the 1790s.
Oh,
really? It's like one of the Laverne and Shirley homes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do we have a call, Mr. Pantalones? Not anymore. We don't. We are have some technical difficulties back in that engineer booth, and Mr. Pantalones, man, he's having a hell of a time. Let me tell you.
He's hitting that sauce.
Yeah,
again, huh?
well, exactly. He's been hitting the sauce, and amongst other things. So let's get to the crux of the matter here, Dave. I want to get to some of the meat of what you have to offer. You are offering this workshop, and we're talking about social media in terms of the average Joe getting on Facebook and doing their thing, but how can somebody now go to the next level in terms of what they would need to do to advertise or to market their business?
Well, what they need to do is take this workshop for one thing. So the workshop will help them with the guidance and the direction, because a lot of people are a little confused all the time. They're always confused. They don't know where to begin. And when they don't know where to begin, it makes it harder to get started. So the thing that I'm going to be focusing on is taking your concept or your offer or your product that you've got that you want to promote and tell you how to do it the correct way and how to get the most you can get out of it, and then go out and find that exact audience that you want to market based on the interests and passion that they have. All right, based on age, based on demographics, based on gender, demographics, of course, and of course what their passions and likes are. How many people click on ads? How many people have mobile devices? Do they use their mobile devices or use their computers? These are all the statistics of how to target your audience. And then once you've done that, then it's a matter of running a campaign based on that and testing it and continually to test it, because if that doesn't work based on age or based on the results, you do another ad that's similar, right? So you can change it. Maybe it might be the age from 25 to 54 versus 18 to 54. Okay, so there's an age difference that might be a variable that would be placed.
So
maybe
now you're mentioning demographics.
Right.
Is that something that can be searched on Facebook?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
All on the back end of Facebook, which you can't do on the surface because no one knows that you could do that until you get ready to do some actually marketing onto Facebook. See, you can Facebook. You can also target those people that are using mobile devices. So if they're on their mobile phone all the time, like Mr. Art Rios, who you and I know, he never gets on the desktop.
He's been on the show.
Oh no, yeah, he never gets on. He never gets on his desktop very often. Then, if you want to target just those people that are on the mobile devices, you can do that on Facebook. You don't have to touch the desktop users
and is
at
there
all.
a cost for all this?
Oh yeah, there's a cost, but not as much as you think it is. Yeah. Facebook is your marketing platform as well as your social platform. It's combined because we're already there. The market's there because people are on there. They're there 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year.
So don't tell me those are little pop-ups that come out when you're on your Facebook.
No, they're in your news feed. Your news feed that you see in the Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Do you see some like sponsored ad or something?
Yes.
And then you say, "Oh, wow, that's cool." I mean,
well, it's funny. Once you mentioned that, then I started looking for it. Before I was just looking down the newsfeed part,
right?
But then once you mentioned some of these other things, I started, look at that. This is what Dave was talking about, and then I started noticing. Now it's always been there.
It's always been there,
but it's kind of been on my peripheral vision. I kind of have the blinders on to all that stuff.
Exactly.
So that's interesting.
It is, and it's very powerful because there's so many cool things you can do that you didn't think you could do. Because now you can also cross-reference different likes, which is really something very powerful. And then you want to re-engage with those people, and then you want to retarget those kind of people. Those are all the things that we talk about in the workshop and how to make that all possible.
So you mentioned demographics. So that's one. There is a method on Facebook to get what demographics are now. Okay, and now you mentioned interests as well. Is there a way to look for that stuff?
Absolutely.
So I mean,
give an example. Do you have a pet at home?
I have a cat.
Okay, so if you're a true cat lover,
my girlfriend's a pet too.
Okay, yeah, mine too. Yeah, my wife is. Yeah, but let's take that cat for example.
Okay,
that's an interest.
Stupid cat.
Yeah. So if you love everything to do with that cat, anything you follow in that interest will be something you like. I love that. But you get my point, right? So if you're in interest with a cat, you can anything that has to do with the cat, you'll be drawn to, and then Facebook will present that to you because you already like cats.
And then you find all the people that are interested in cats potentially. Now that becomes a target market at that point.
Exactly.
I see.
Now you start your own blog.
Well, I mean,
Well,
we're
that's
talking
kinda
about in
ancient
social
history.
media, right?
Social media is completely a different block.
But
we're in a
okay,
different,
so-
it's a different era.
I don't know what I said.
Yeah, that's okay. You're trying to help. That's good.
So demographics,
Mhm.
interests, okay, all these things can be tracked and targeted on Facebook.
Exactly.
Okay, and then what about now this is now from a layman now coming in Facebook.
Absolutely.
You have the likes, comments, and shares.
Right.
Okay, what about that?
Those are critically important, especially if you're doing a post-page engagement on your promotional item on your fan page. You want to have that engagement because you got people talking and conversing with you. And we go through a demo and we explain that, in the workshop. We tell you, look, you do these demographics, look at these results of people that make comments, and then they share it with their friends. So that's free advertisement for you. You're getting the first person that says, hey, I like this. I'm going to share this with my friend Debbie. So Debbie likes it. Then she's sharing it. And then she's sharing it. And then comes the viral effect. Have you heard the phrase, the video went viral on YouTube?
Yeah, the one.
Because everybody's just sharing
the one that
the sharing
the soccer
factor.
guy with the one in the World Cup, a drunk man that was
There you go.
penalty. The no era penal one. You remember that one?
I don't think I saw that.
There was a drunk dude that came out and it went viral. It went like everybody. It was on everybody's Facebook page.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't think I saw that one. But the one that comes to mind is the whole Dallas thing. Every time I see Dallas, it's like 6,000 likes on there.
Yes.
I don't even bother to hit like or comment on it because who's gonna read it?
It's already been all over the world.
So viral already that
that's right.
It's being shared over and over and over and over, and it becomes very popular at that point.
Exactly, and that's when you have something that really is a trend. And when it becomes trendy, then everybody's following it. And that's a great market to hit too as well. So if you've got something that's trendy, you can really tap into it. But it has to be at that precise moment, right? Because trends change from day to day, right? And you could do a Google search on Google Trends and find what's really popular in Google Trends very easily. So that's a really fascinating subject alone
you can
itself.
find out how big the Grand Canyon is. Google app will tell you.
Yeah.
That just reminds me of a Bugs Bunny cartoon where he fills the Grand Canyon and he's hitting it with the shovel. That just cracked me up, man. I'll tell you what. Give us a call, 855-693-4897. You can give Dave a question, or myself, or Alonso. You can give Mr. Pantalones, if we can throw up Mr. Dave's website banner again one last time. You can give Dave a call at 562 area code 217-3694, or you can email him at dmorales@buyitpc.com, and buy is BUY itpc.com, and you can register for his class at http://getstarted.es/FB workshop. If you go there, you can register for that class on December 4th, you said, Dave?
Exactly.
On December 4th, and that will send you an email now, the location, times, all that good stuff.
Exactly.
And this is a free workshop that you can go to, and Dave will show you how to get started and show you what class you can take with him. And you do this presentation yourself, right?
Absolutely.
In terms of now, how many classes is it? I think you guys broke it down to 3 or 4 classes.
At this point in the matter, we calculated it down to about 3.
Right.
3 2-hour sessions.
So how beneficial would you say it is to anyone that wants to market their business to do something like this?
Repeat that?
How beneficial?
I'm sorry. I thought you said how much or something. Truly beneficial. I'll tell you the reason
Now
why.
I know what's going through your head.
Yeah. The beneficial factor is
he's already calculating.
Calculated. Yeah. The beneficial factor is taking the hands-on method of learning from the beginning to the end how to take your offer or your product or your service and how to find that perfect target and make your campaigns possible to target those people.
Right on. So, Mr. Dave, thank you for joining us here at the Real Estate Rant, and we will try and make your seminar if we can. Maybe, who knows, maybe Dave will give us a discount.
Yep.
2 for 1 deal, huh?
Well, maybe the 2 for 1 deal, right? Yeah, right on. So did you ever decide how long the class would be?
About probably between 2 to 3 hours per session. I would say some of the nature of that, depending on the pace of people's speeds, because people are going to have questions. They're going to be stumped on certain things. That's what we're there to help them for.
I think I'm going to have to be on the 3-hour class because I'm still like
the single pusher, exactly.
Hey, or one hand.
Yes. So again, thanks for joining us, Dave, and you can
appreciate having me.
Come on the Real Estate Rant next week, same time, same place. Actually, we will not be having a show next week because of Thanksgiving, but the following week we will be back on. So if you can want to visit Dave's website or email him or call him, the information will be burned into YouTube at all times.
Make sure to join us en el mismo canal y el mismo tiempo.
XERA Tijuana, Mexico. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for tuning in to Real Estate Rant Radio.
Make sure to join us every Wednesday at 10 a.m.
on the Rant Radio Network, where we talk about solutions to your real estate problems. The views and opinions expressed by the host or any guest on this show are encouraged to be followed up by a professional tax advisor or attorney, as we are not qualified or authorized to give advice in two areas: legal matters and tax matters.